Okay, so the second part of 13.4, what we're looking at is effective annual interest rate. And so when we looked at the formula that I showed you in the last video, this is telling you the amount of money you are going to have at the very end. Okay, but effective annual interest rate tells you how much overall interest your investment will make. Okay. Okay, and so remember, depending on how much money you put in, initially, depending on how long it's being kept there and interest is being compounded, et cetera, the amount of money you have will be different. But if you want to compare which one is giving you more overall interest, this is how you would do it. And so the formula is a little bit different. You have an R for the rate. If you notice the inside of this, formula looks just like the inside of whatever formula we were looking at before. And then, let's do a pink highlighter. And then here you have an N. We had NT, but we're not comparing however many years we're going to do it for. We're just comparing each year. Now, I will also say this has a -1 at the end. And basically the -1 at the end is because just like when we were dealing with our growth factor or decay factor, we had 100% plus or 100% minus. When you do the part of the formula that I highlighted, that's going to give you like 1.15, meaning at the end you're going to have 115% of your investment. So what's just the interest part? So you have to take away the 1 so that you know that the interest part is the 0.15. Okay, and again, there's a couple formulas here. This first one is when it's compounded quarterly, monthly, annually, I can't spell, etc. So when they give you a certain number of times it's being compounded, the one at the bottom is very similar to this formula, right? But it doesn't have the principal or the time put in it. So this one is going to be used if it's compounded continuously. And hopefully we get to come back to school before I learn to have very neat writing on the iPad. So again, real world problems, real world stories here. So, and a lot of times this is used as a comparison. So find the effective interest rate for each account so that we can compare which is the better account. 3.75% interest compounded quarterly. Okay, so the rate for account A would be 1 plus 0.0375 over 4 to the 4th power. Again, why is the number 4? Because quarterly is 4 times per year, and take away 1. So if I do this part's going to give me 1.038. So in other words, it's going to give me 103.8%. I subtract the 1, and my rate is 0.038 or 3.8%. Okay. For the second account, it's going to be 1 plus my 4.25% interest rate is going to be 0.0425. Compounded semi-annually means it's going to get compounded twice a year. Okay. So again, I'm plugging that into my calculator. If I did it before I subtracted the 1, I get 1.04295. When I take away the 1, it's 0.04295 or 4.295%. So even though the first one is being compounded more times per year, the interest rate is lower, and so that's not enough to make up for it. So I can either get 3.8% on my money or 4.295% on my money. So B is the better option in this situation. Okay, so let's have you guys try this one. Pause the video for a second. Okay, hopefully you paused that and just gave it a try so you can see. My first one is 5.75 compounded monthly. So 1 plus 0.0575 over 12. Again, why 12? Because monthly is there's 12 months in a year. To the 12th power minus 1. And if I plug that all in, I get 0.059, or I'm earning 5.9% interest per year. Okay. For B, it's compounded continuously, and my interest rate is 5.05. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use the E to the 0.0505. I'm subtracting 1. And again, remember, E is just a number. There should be a button on your calculator that gives you that number. If you're stuck, message me. I'll help you find it. When you do this, you get 0.0518 or 5.18%. And so which is going to be better? A is going to be better. Okay, so now you guys are going to do the 13.4 worksheet. I will also put up an extra credit assignment for you guys that deals with this. And hopefully it's Memory Monday and you guys are taking part in posting something that's a happy memory for you at Brea High School and tagging it in the social media so that we can have some fun stuff to look at. I miss you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.